What's going on, Seaport? It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah Seaport News, and I have a very special artist, not even just an artist, hip hop legend, producer, uh, multi-platinum, uh, has many of awards in just hip hop. Glad to announce and introduce Fatboi, the producer. How you doing today, man?
Good, man. Good.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm glad to actually have you here and, just be able to talk to you because, I really been wanting to do a video about you because, I know that you was like from Savannah, but, I'm from a younger generation, so like everything, a lot of things that probably don't know about, in detail. And I know that, you was originally around when Camouflage was around, and
Yeah.
you produced a lot of tracks for Camouflage. As far as I represent, um, Strictly for the Streets, Keeping It Real. How did you actually first meet Camouflage? How did that relationship started?
I first met Jason. Our working relationship started in '99. I from Atlanta. I moved up to Atlanta, to really try to and the music. I stayed there almost about a year, and then I came back. Pure Pain was just like opening the doors. So what I did, I booked some paid, my own money to record my own group there, Heartless Hustlers. And I came through, booked a couple of sessions. Only took like 2 sessions, and they was G Coke, my partner G Coke, he was liking what he was hearing coming out of the studio, and Camouflage was liking what he was hearing coming out of the studio. So after 2 times, I booked some time there. Um, they brought me on house producer, and after that, ended up signing Heartless Hustlers as one of the groups to the label. After that happened, we started working on, and the rest.
Hello, hello.
Yep.
Okay, it's kind of glitching out just a little bit. Um, you know, uh, how did you actually produce Cut Friends? Did you have any like inspirations on that track? Like, how did that track just come about?
Um, because as everybody knows, he was locked up. He had been locked up for a murder charge. Um, so we were dealing with that all that time. He was wrongly accused of a murder, and when he got out, a lot of the records that we were doing was just like some real street shit, some jailhouse shit, and the album it was just something else that we needed. So really watching a Jackie Chan movie. I don't know where the shit came from, but that's when it hit me. It's like, damn. So studio, suspended license and all. Like, just drove to the studio with this little melody in my head, and I got to the studio, went in, locked the door so nobody disturbed me. Um, I made 10, 15 minutes, and then I opened the door and let him come in so he could hear the beat. And he immediately rapping. But what he was rapping was some more, it was like some more jailhouse street, um, raps. So I was like, nah, we need something else for this. And then the very next thing that came out his mouth was say hey, little mama, what's your name and shit. Like that's the next thing came out his mouth. And I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. Stay right there. And then the rest was history.
Hell yeah, yeah, man. Um, well, I know that you heard of Camouflage Daughter. How do you feel about her presence in the hip hop scene?
I'm working with her, so her presence
Oh,
is important. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's my little niece. You know what I'm saying? So right for me to give her some guidance in music business, and also been producing music for her too. So I think it's important for her because, for one, the camouflage story finished through her,
yeah.
and not being finished through her, but her story is also starting, and she gonna start and close her own legacy. She creating her own legacy, so it's important. She's a historical figure to the city because of who her father is. She's to it whether she liked it or not.
Okay, yeah, most definitely. So, Fatboy, the producer, I mean, you've done plenty of tracks for, I mean, from Camouflage to Gucci Man, Gorilla Zoe. I mean, Gucci Man probably being one of my favorite artists from the South. I mean, you work with tremendous amount of talent in the industry. Um, how do you feel like the industry is now versus when you first came in the game? Like how many changes have you seen, if any?
And that's actually a good question because it's changing. The music business is a revolving door. It ain't really nothing new under the sun. It's all around. But the thing is, with you can do one or two things. You can stay the same and wait for what it was that you was doing to come back around and then catch that wave again, which could take 10 years. Or music shifts, you can shift with it. You can reinvent yourself. And me personally, I've had to reinvent myself 3 times since I first business. Like you have to study. For one, you have to study the greats on your own journey of greatness. You got to forward, study what's current with you, and you got to study what comes after you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get on the man, these young niggas and all that, then you just gonna be completely gone out of it. You gotta embrace the youth and whatever is going on currently if you want to continue to make money and be in the music industry. So yeah, the changes I've seen them a few times. You know what I'm saying? Snap came in, and then
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because quiet as kept, Camouflage is one of the quote unquote trap rappers in Georgia. So Camouflage, Ti, and then of course Young Jeezy and Gucci really solidified the trap sound, coined the phrase. But um Gucci and Jeezy really because of the producers myself, drummer boy Beethoven. So you know that was another change. And now currently, to even keep going like I'm going now, I've had to revamp my sound again, the the new generation is doing. So, it's been three changes since I came with pure pain and camouflage. So you just got to pay attention to that. You can't leave the youth out because they wave. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'm pretty sure it was some older dudes in the game that didn't like what me and camouflage was. They didn't like what we was doing at pure pains. Like, these young niggas fucking this shit up because we was doing our own thing. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much how it go. You gotta embrace these things, like, because every generation is a reflection of what's going on around them. So if you pay attention to what's going on around the youth, you'll understand what's happening with the music.
Definitely, definitely. Um, do you see things hip hop staying the same for like the next 2 or 3 years, or do you see it changing within the next
It's a
few
shift.
years?
It's a shift going on right now. It's always a shift, and especially with the power of the internet and all that, things shift even faster than what they did when I first came in. R&B is starting to make another strong push, coming back. So substance is coming back. It ain't all about turn up and being lit. It's more substance music coming back. It's more conscious music coming back. And next 3 years, yeah, you'll see a little shift. It's now one thing about music in the club, period. No matter what generation, it's always been about the club. That's how I actually took off, because for real, I came from being a DJ. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am first. I'm a DJ first, then I became a producer. So, thinking in terms of, instead of making the people dance, I want to make the music that make the people dance. That was my whole take on becoming a producer. So that's how it started. You know what I'm saying? So, it's always gonna be music that goes in the club. Whatever's strong in the club, people gonna always flock to. Us. People like to have a good time. Period.
Most definitely, most definitely. I say, how do you feel about the hip hop scene and just in the state of Georgia right now? The state of Georgia has been dominating the hip hop scene for quite some time. I mean, especially Atlanta now, and now that Savannah itself got Quando Rondo. I mean, we got a few other artists, but how do you feel about the state of Georgia as a whole, as far as the not only just the production, but the hip hop artists as well?
Shit. The state of Georgia is still like, running. Coming from Atlanta, but now, you know, to really, pop up some, with artists, Quando Rondo and some other young guys make some noise. But this was my thing the whole time, like when it came to Savannah, my issue was sound like camouflage. So when it seemed like I wasn't paying attention to Savannah, I'm always paying attention to Savannah. But for a long time, I wasn't hearing anything that was inspiring me, that was going to be next to introduce to the music business, because we already had a camouflage. There's never camouflage. So what camouflage did for Savannah, the next generation was supposed to take the baton and move the envelope. They were supposed to carry the Savannah sound somewhere else. Finally, the younger generation started understanding that. They quit sounding like camouflage and started sounding like Savannah through the eyes of what's going on with our generation, and not trying to rap like camouflage. So it's important. And now because of that, really make another mark in Georgia music because they sound and the sound is taking its own identity and nobody to come like Flodge anymore. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm definitely feeling a lot of the music that's starting to come out of Savannah now. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand with me, like I've always been somebody that envelope and tried to create a sound, something like that. So when I keep hearing, my same old sound and the sound that me and Camouflage created, that wasn't inspiring me. Now that's attention to Savannah because I'm always paying attention. But the object of this business is to make people come to you. You don't want to keep going to people. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta my take on everything is just like, what I'm saying? It happened to me with when Pure Pain first opened the doors. I didn't go to Pure Pain. Pure Pain came to me because they liked what they was hearing. You know what I'm saying? So my my approach to all this has never changed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't come to me, give me a reason to come to you. Like, let me ask about you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it should be. And now I'm asking about people. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting Mike Fresh, who's Quando Rondo. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at now. I'm starting to pay attention a lot more because what I'm hearing in Savannah now is making me say, "Ooh, okay, I'm watching." You know what I'm saying? So I might not say a whole lot, and when it's time for me to really like come in and really take somebody under my wing and work with them and try to blow them up, I'm gonna be there. Trust me. Just like I was with Flodge, just like I am with Flage. You know what I'm saying? And whoever's next. I tried to catch him, but he already took off. You know what I'm saying? So I let that do what it do. But yeah, it's some more coming. I'm paying
Definitely.
attention.
But I say, so who do you listen to? Who's in your top 5 or 10, uh not even just a top 10 list, but just who do you like in the hip hop game now?
Man, uh, I don't listen to. It's so much music coming out that I don't really listen to a whole lot of music. Just when a record catches me, and then I vibe with that record. But right now, um, of course, I like Future. I like Migos. Um, I like Cardi B. Uh, I like Young Boy. I like Quando. Um, uh, it's a good it's a good bit of people that I'm fucking with right now that kind of have my attention on what they gonna come with next and all that. Um man uh that you know it's some other folks out there. I'm drawing a blank, but it's some new people out there that I like a lot.
Most definitely. I was gonna say, you know, being from Savannah, as far as, you know, just looking at how it is in a whole, do you see like, how can I put this? Can somebody be a successful rapper in Savannah and still be in Savannah? Does that artist or person have to stay in Savannah? Could they, not travel anywhere else to make success?
I mean, you can, but I would get out of Savannah. Camouflage to leave Savannah. Because if you think about it, every rapper that besides Tupac that got killed in their own hometown.
Yeah.
My dude, Young Greatness was just killed in Orleans. A couple of Mike is on town. Um, anybody else in recent that was killed? Their own hometown got them. So I mean, for real, where especially if you come from the streets, where are you more likely to have your most real life beef at?
Definitely.
So Quando moved, which was the right thing for him to do. NBA young boy moved, which was the right thing for him to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get, unless it's a city like LA, a city like Atlanta, a city or somewhere, a city that's in the top 10 demographic chart. You know what I'm saying? Like, two is LA, number three is Chicago, Atlanta's number seven. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the top 10 market, then yeah, you probably could stay in your city. You know what I'm saying? Like the Houston rappers, they don't gotta leave Houston. You know what I'm saying? Even though they still gonna face the same dangers that you would where place. It's bigger. So you can move differently. A smaller city like Savannah, you ain't gonna be around and keep staying in Savannah. You're just not. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans, you ain't gonna be able to get big and just keep staying in New Orleans. So, New York, you can stay in New York. You can still get caught if you keep coming around the hood and all that flipping. You know what I'm saying? But you can still live in J
Yeah.
because you can live in a place in a gated community that niggas that want to get into. These in Savannah. How many
True.
places can you really go in Savannah and you gonna be incognito? Somebody gonna
Yeah.
see you. Somebody gonna see you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to move in Savannah, smaller cities like that. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, you can make it if you really, and money start coming in, you can change your address. You can change where you live. You know what I'm saying? You can move smart in a bigger city the financial support to do that for yourself. And you come out whenever you gotta show up for um in Atlanta, but that event is going to be highly secured and moving in a business movement. So the way you move, you popping up when it's time to go to work, and you when work is over with, and between that and security, it's hard to get you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of our people in Savannah, they start still on the block. I see you, nigga, and I don't like you. It could have you start moving like a successful person. A successful person ain't seen every day.
True.
If you start moving like you successful, then it's gonna be harder to catch you. But if you move and always being seen every day, you out every day, you still on the block every day, you still come into the hood every day, yeah, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught. The
Yeah.
jealousy and envy has been built up for you, the resentment has built up for you, and you flashing your success in our face, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. You know, the smaller the city, the bigger the crabs in the bucket mentality.
Definitely. I say, Fatboi, super producer. Um, what are you working with right now? What's in your collection? What you working on right now? What you got cooking up?
Started working on Cardi B,
Oh,
we got NBA YoungBoy and Birdman project coming up called From the Bayou. Um, we just started mixing that album. Um, shit, what else am I working with? Damn, every time somebody asks me that, man, I can't never think of everybody I'm working with.
So
More
you
people,
you got
man,
work with.
but off the top, I'm giving you most recent because literally I was just doing some stuff for Cardi. So you know what I'm saying. So that's immediately the first thing on my mind because I'm doing it right now. Right now,
Oh, you got work with Cardi B
that's what's
coming up.
going on. Huh?
So you got work with Cardi B coming up.
Yeah, like however long that process. That's because I missed on the first album. We started. I started working. Right. We started working. Right. Yellow came out,
Uh,
and when she fired her last manager, my last contact to her was through him. So because that was no longer in the contact with her. So, but now we um the connection has been made again. So now I'm gonna start working with it again. Just started.
yeah, like I say she has a lot of success. I mean, she's on the radio a lot. How do you feel about her coming up in in hip hop now? If you have an opinion about it.
Shit. Man, I fuck with Cardi hard. I just say, and the reason why I fuck with Cardi is because Cardi real to me. Like it ain't no phoniness to it. It's a cutthroat business, this music business, and Cardi is genuine. She genuine to me. Like, actually being around her and like she the same in the studio person as she is when you see her on TV. She 110% exact same person.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Whether the lights is on or the lights is off. So, coming from Savannah, we bread and buttered around there. You know what I'm saying? It got to be, you know what I'm saying? And she authentic. So I fucks with her like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I vibe with her. Like she a genuine person, and that's hard to find in this business.
yeah, I can believe that. So, what does it take to make a record like yours? A Fat Boy track.
I mean, really, it's just a feeling, man. Like however you feeling that day, that's kind of where the music gonna go. You know what I'm saying? It's like as a process. So my process is still gonna be heavily dependent on how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If I'm mad, the track's gonna sound angry. It is in the track. If I'm a little if I'm depressed or I'm a little down, something that I'm dealing with that got me kind of down, it's gonna be music. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be able to hear it. Um, and then a lot of times when you're working with an artist, the actual artist, the music is gonna reflect the conversations we was having that day. We had some good conversations. The music gonna kind of reflect that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of music really come from just conversation, like having conversation with people, and from there you get some great music because everyday real life conversations. You know what I'm saying? That reflect what's going on in real life, your life, his life, her life. You know what I'm saying? Those are real situations, and you got a chance to get in when you put real authentic conversation in the record.
Definitely. Um, what's your relationship with Gucci Man? I know you produce a lot for him. If you have a relationship.
Gooch always, we always gonna be brothers, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I really, really, really took off, it was Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I really, you know what I'm saying? Like I attained the level of success with pure pain, but cut short with the entire camouflage. So um reevaluate reinvent. And when Gucci came about, we enjoyed a lot of successes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Gucci is always, that's bro. It's he lives in Miami now, so you know catching up to him ain't as easy as it used to be
Yeah,
when here every day. And I'm getting down to my, oh yeah, Gucci. I'm working with Gucci too. But I'm getting go to MIA in a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna make sure we link up if he ain't on the road. It's a lot of play, but I'm always sending him tracks. But me and him, we do our best work um in the studio together.
nice. So, how long does it take to make a track? Does it take, a few hours? Does it take a few days?
Man, it could take 5 hours. It could take 5 hours. It could take a week. It just depends on how the flow is. Sometimes, you know, 5-10 minutes is done. Cut Friends was a 10 minute, 15-minute track. 15-minute track. You know
Ah,
what I'm saying? But making the track don't mean it took to produce it. It took me 10-15 minutes to Friends or Wasted. It took me about a week to really produce them, to make them what they came to be. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't always about how long it take you to make the beat. Just once you get the main sculpture of the song out. You know what I'm saying? Um, then I go into producer mode, really go into producer mode and produce the record. You know what I'm saying? Like making the beat ain't producing a record. That's just you made the beat. Though, like I'm gonna sit with this shit until it get all the way right, all the way right. Satisfied, so it's gonna be like all the way right as it can be to me.
definitely. I said you got a lot of you got a lot of beats that I really like. Atlanta Zoo. I just listened to one the other day. Hustle by Rocco. I mean, you got a lot of beats, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, do you actually come up with like any? Are you like inspired? Are you like listen to anything? Do you like watch a movie and you might just get inspired, or you just does it just come off the top of the head?
It's always inspiration. Like I said, I was watching the Jackie Chan movie when the Cut Friends music. You know what I'm saying? So it's something, man, and it's really, again, it goes back to just real life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's going on at a particular moment, it might just a light might come on like bam. With Wasted, it was just Gucci saying, asking me what I thought about a song, and then bam, it just came up right then. You know what I'm saying? So it's always some inspiration some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes, it ain't nothing there and it just came out from scratch. But yeah, it's usually always something that spark creativity going on.
Definitely. I say, well, before I get out of here, do you have any like advice for anybody that's trying to like make it in hip hop, whether they be from Savannah or from Georgia or just from anywhere across the United States, whether they want to make it as an artist or a hip hop producer as yourself? Do you have like any advice that somebody should take? Like, should somebody Like anything that somebody should be aware of, like as far as like industry games.
The advice I always give upcoming people is, like perfect your craft. Like perfect the craft. That's first and foremost. Like get good, push yourself. You know what I'm saying? Every time you think something is the shit, try it. You know what I'm saying? And then also understand that everything you do ain't the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like be your best critic, be your hardest critic. And then number two, learn the business. You know what I'm saying? Understand it's not called the friendship business. It's not um you know free music. Is the music business. It's called music business for a reason. Learn the business. Understand what publishing is. Understand what points is. Understand is. Understand language in paperwork. Understand having a having an attorney, a publicist. Like it's business. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure you're a business. You know what I'm saying? Like this game is 90% business.
Definitely.
Your talent is only gonna get you, but so far the business part of it is gonna get carry you the rest of the way. And then number three, pay your taxes. That's it.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah,
that's that's my biggest advice.
definitely. Well, I appreciate you just talking to me, coming on Savannah Seaport News live stream, and just blessing me with your presence, man. Thank you so much.
No doubt. Appreciate you having me.
No problem. Peace.
All right, bro.